Lord Vishnu's Varaha avatar. This story of the Varaha avatar started in Satyug with the Dwarpal of Lord Vishnu. Vaikunt was guarded by two Dwarpals, Jay and Vijay. They were both great devotees of Lord Vishnu and loved him with their true heart. Many people came to visit Lord Vishnu, and it was Jay and Vijay's job to allow every person in to see the Lord. They knew that Lord Vishnu's time was precious and could not be wasted. One day, Lord Brahma's 4 sons came to meet Lord Vishnu at Vaikunt. Since Lord Vishnu was resting at that time, Jay and Vijay stopped them from entering the gates. Lord Brahma's sons were very angry and they cursed Jay and Vijay to be born as humans on earth. Jay and Vijay pleaded, but Lord Brahma's sons wouldn't listen. Lord Vishnu heard everything but could not change what had happened. Jay and Vijay stood there crying, thinking about their separation from Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu assured them that the curse would soon be lifted. There were 2 ways of doing this. First was to be born 7 times by performing good deeds and praying to Lord Vishnu with sincere devotion. The second way was to become enemies of Lord Vishnu and attain salvation in just 3 lives. Jay and Vijay were shocked to hear about gaining salvation in 3 lives, and that too by becoming the enemy of their Lord? How was this true? Lord Vishnu laughed and explained,
"This is because you think about your enemies day and night, much more than you think about your friends. True hatred will keep me in your heart at all times. This will be your path to attain salvation. For this, you must accept death from my hands in your human forms."
They both agreed straight away, as they could not separate from Lord Vishnu for too long. At that time, the earth was not in a good shape. The people on earth were very sinful. They were bad, never lived in harmony, and fought often with one another and with nature. They used devastating weapons which trembled the earth. Mother Earth prayed to Lord Vishnu to come and protect her.
"Oh Lord, if this goes on, I will not be able to sustain life anymore. Please come and save all of us."
The great sages on the earth also felt that if something was not done fast, the planet Earth would be lost forever. They performed a great yagna to please Lord Vishnu. Meanwhile, both the doorkeepers were soon born as brothers named Hiranyakashyap and Hiranyaksh. Hiranyaksh was a great devotee of Lord Brahma and worshipped him for years. In return of this penance, Lord Brahma gave him a boon that no god, human, asur, devta or beast would kill him. Hiranyaksh gave a list of animals which should not defeat him. Lord Brahma accepted his wish However, he forgot to mention the boar as an animal which could kill him. After receiving the boon, Hiranyaksha started torturing the people on earth as he thought he was immortal. Day by day, his powers grew. He was so strong that Mother Earth trembled when he walked and the sky cracked when he shouted. He soon started harassing the Devtas and took over Indra's heaven. The Devtas hid in caves on earth and Hiranyaksha could not find them. To show his strength to the three worlds, Hiranyaksha grabbed the earth and shook it so badly that it slipped from its axis. Only under certain conditions do the planets float as weightless balls in the air. As soon as these conditions are disturbed, the planets may fall down in the Garbhodak Ocean, which covers half of the universe. The Garbhodak Ocean is a vast cosmic ocean of dark matter at the bottom of each parallel universe in our Vedic cosmology. It contains the main ingredients for the creation of the universe. As the Earth was detached from its weightless condition, it dropped down at the bottom of the Garbhodak Ocean. This ocean is 249,800,000 yojans deep. This is what the demon wanted. Hiranyaksha called Lord Varun to fight with him at the bed of the ocean. But he said he is too old and only Lord Vishnu will be able to fight you. When Hiranyaksha heard Lord Vishnu's name, he decided that he was the best person to fight. He thought once he fights Lord Vishnu, there will be no one else who can stand opposite him. Lord Vishnu, being the preserver god, had to fulfill Mother Earth's prayer. He had to put the earth back in her place and protect the three worlds from the terror of the demon. As Lord Brahma meditated, a tiny boar emerged from his nostril. The boar started growing bigger and bigger. Soon it grew as large as a mountain. As Hiranyaksha had forgotten to mention boar as one of the animals which could kill him, Lord Vishnu took the form of the Varaha. Lord Vishnu's Varaha avatar threw out a terrifying roar. He dived into the Garbhodak Ocean where Hiranyaksha hid Mother Earth. He reached the other end of the ocean and discovered the earth in its depths. Lord Varaha dug his tusk into the ocean bed and lifted Mother Earth onto it. As he was rising towards the surface, Hiranyaksha saw this and rushed towards the Lord with a mace in his hand and challenged Lord Vishnu to have a battle with him. However, Lord Varaha paid no attention to Hiranyaksha and continued rising to the surface as he first had to get the earth back in place. As Lord Varaha lifted the earth from the ocean, 54 gems of spiritual peace, protection, healing, and co-creative power floating in the ocean were drawn into the earth as it was rising upward. These 54 gems were said to be the size of elephants. They were cut into 108 and then 1008 gems by Lord Yum, who then hid them somewhere on Earth. The gems contain the powers of all Vedic mantras. They have the ability to create everything a person desires, as well as powerful healing energies. It is said to stimulate the third eye as well as the throat chakras. They give energy to vibrate mantras at the highest levels possible. While lifting the planet, Hiranyaksha tried to create a disturbance in the methodical functions of the Lord, so his end was destined. Hiranyaksha went closer with his weapon, but the bull went faster and faster, taking the earth with him. Hiranyaksha became very angry and shouted,
"You coward, return my earth!"
The earth began trembling, seeing Hiranyaksha. Finally, just before Hiranyaksha attacked, Lord Varaha placed the earth back in axis. He then turned to face Hiranyaksha. The bull and Hiranyaksha fought each other. They fought for a long time with their mace. Hiranyaksha had now met his true rival. Hiranyaksha struck once, and the bull struck twice. Hiranyaksha found that he was actually getting tired and was still nowhere close to defeating the bull. Hiranyaksha hurled his mace towards Lord Varaha, who diverted his attack and pushed him back. The mace flew away, and then Hiranyaksha began attacking with his own fists. Lord Varaha then hit Hiranyaksha hard on his face with his fist and tossed him in the air. The tired Hiranyaksha was left with no energy. He fell over his head, and that's when Lord Varaha killed the tyrant demon with his hands and pierced his body with his tusks. With his last breath, Hiranyaksha realized it was none other than Lord Narayan in front of him. After his death, the Devtas got their place back in heaven. This way, Lord Vishnu in his Varaha avatar demolished Hiranyaksha and saved Mother Earth. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to stay updated. Crucial story!